And now we have a 15-minute interval before the second half of the program. And as we've heard a lot of gentlemen making music, I thought that you'd like to hear from a most charming lady who's sitting next to me. She is not Austrian, but she's just as pretty as if she came from Vienna. She comes from that other country that produces beautiful ladies, Holland. Now, you are Marie-Louise Krefke, Miss Krefke, is that right?
That's right.
And what is your hometown?
Well, I live in Amsterdam near the airport because we have to do a lot of flying.
Quite. And now flying. Now, you are the stewardess, aren't you?
Yes, I'm one of the stewardesses on these two airports. We got two special planes chartered. KLM has a big Super Constellation and another Constellation who brings the whole orchestra and instruments to different places on this world tour.
So you're the sort of mother, come maid of all work, come universal aunt, are you? You sort of look after all the members of the orchestra and their instruments, see that they get the right place at the right time, and generally see that they, behave themselves and all that sort of thing. Musically speaking, of course. Is that right?
Well, the instruments, we have somebody special sent as KLM who takes care of that. I don't want to say I'm a mother, but
no. Metaphorically speaking.
I think the orchestra is old enough to look after themselves.
Yes, but still they're very pleased to have you, aren't they? Are you pleased to have her? Yes, of course they are. They're all crowding now and smiling broadly. Now, tell me one or two of the interesting things that happened. Is this the first time you've been to the Far East, Miss
No, I've been very often to the Far East, but the first time I've been in Hong Kong.
How long have you been actually with the orchestra?
Well, we traveled from Beirut first to Bombay, New Delhi.
Yes.
And there we stayed 2 days where it was the first concert of the orchestra. And from New Delhi we traveled to Bombay.
Yes.
There we stayed with the orchestra for another day. It was the next concert.
Well, how did you get mixed up with music? Have you always been keen on music?
I like it very much, yes, but now I think I understand it much better knowing all.
Do you play yourself any sort of instrument?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
But not sing even?
Not even sing.
Well, you've got a very charming voice and you're a very charming person, and I know the orchestra says so all of them. Thank you very much, Miss Krefke, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your tour and that the members of the orchestra behave themselves. Thank you very much. Now, with me at the moment is Herr Willy Boskowski. Herr Boskowski,
that's right.
You are the
leader. I'm the first leader of the Vienna Philharmonic.
Yes, the concertmaster, do you call it?
Concertmaster.
Yes,
we call it. Yeah, we call it men.
How long have you been with the orchestra?
With the orchestra, I'm now 27 years.
Oh, yes.
Very long time, isn't it?
Very long time. Well, you still look a very young man.
Oh.
Where did you have your training? Is it run in the family? Was your father a violinist?
No, my father was not a violinist, but my brother, a violinist too.
Yes.
But we haven't it from the parents.
Yes, quite. Are you? Do you often play yourself in concertos and things like that?
Yes, very often. I play as a soloist and I conduct sometimes the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra.
You do?
Yes, especially in the New Year's concert once a year.
Oh yes, they have one every year,
yes,
don't they?
New Year's Eve and so.
Now here's an awkward question for you. What concerto gives you most satisfaction to play?
You mean in the orchestra? Or
no, as a soloist.
Oh, I like to play Mozart especially.
Yes.
Every year I play in the Salzburg Festival.
Oh yes, I've been there.
I play one of the Mozart concerto. I played already 7 concerto.
Mm-hmm. I like that Mozart concerto that has the sort of Turkish thing.
Oh yes, that's
in the finale.
Major.
Yes, you play that, do you?
Yes.
Well done. I hope one day.
That's very well known. That's the well-known concerto.
I've got a recording of Oistrakh playing it. He plays the violin too, I understand. Still, I hope one of these days I can hear you play as well, either in Vienna. Are you Viennese yourself?
We are all Viennese, nearly all.
Nearly all.
But we are Austrian, by all means.
Yes, quite. Now, your colleague standing here, does he speak English? No, he doesn't.
He's not a colleague.
Oh, he's not a colleague.
That's a visitor.
That's a visitor. Oh, well, he looks as though he might take up such a... Now, tell me about Hong Kong. What do you think about the Lee Theatre, the acoustics?
The acoustics marvelous, I think. On our stage, it sounds wonderful, I must say. Mm-hmm. And I think it is a little too little. I mean,
too small, yes.
Too small.
Well, there are 95 of you. How many are there normally in the orchestra?
How many people do you think?
Oh, in the auditorium there are 1276.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
You see, this was built as a Chinese opera theatre.
I see.
And
yes.
then, I think, just during the war or something, it became
I think the
a
acoustic
cinema.
is wonderful. We play
Good.
easily.
It's a very pretty, lovely theatre, isn't it?
It is, yes.
And you
and
can't...
a good public.
Well, thank you very much. You
Yeah.
can't imagine, there are thousands of people in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
not least
Couldn't
our
get
Chinese friends who couldn't get in.
Is that so?
They love
So,
music. And I mean, to hear the Vienna Philharmonic
That's
was
a pity.
coming, I mean, it's terrific.
Yeah.
I expect you get a little blasé and think, oh, well, you know, it's just another concert, but you've no idea the tremendous thrill it is for us to have such eminent
very nice of
artists.
you.
Not a bit. It's very good to have you. Now, I can see another gentleman coming up.
Yes, that is our general manager,
Oh, yes.
Herr Wobisch.
Oh, Herr
He will
Wobisch.
speak some words.
Ah.
He speaks excellent English.
Professor Wobisch. Yes, that is right. You are a professor of music, yes?
Professor of music. I teach the trumpet.
You
and
teach
I
the
play trumpet in the
You
orchestra.
play the trumpet.
Yeah.
Do you play any trumpet concertos?
Yes,
with
also trumpet concertos. I have a recording from the Haydn trumpet
Oh, you
concert.
have?
Yes,
Oh, good.
yes.
It's a
And
lovely
many
one.
people know it here because in the time where I have made the correspondence with the Hong Kong peoples for arranging this concert.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I was it. I have arranged the concert here, and there was one time writing me to Vienna. Are you this Mr. Wobisch from where you have this trumpet concerto in recording? And I have said yes.
Well
I
done.
am it, yes.
Now, what do you think is the most exciting work for trumpet, from your point of view, from the
From my
performer's
point, I love the most the Haydn trumpet concert.
Yes.
That is because it is a classical
Yes.
concert and very good from a great musician.
Yes.
That is a wonderful concert.
Yes.
All concerts after this work are a little not so serious.
No.
That is a terrible for instance.
Quite like Shostakovich and people
yes,
like that.
Shostakovich. That
Yes.
is other thing. But
Yes.
but all other concertos in the last years are more popular concerts.
Yes, quite.
You understand that I don't love so
No.
much the popular concerts.
No.
I love also very much the music from Bach, from
Yes,
Bach
Bach,
and Haydn,
yes, right.
Bach and Handel.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
And now I see standing by is the youngest member of the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra, Herr Seemann.
Yes,
Correct?
correct.
Stimmt, I think is the
Stimmt,
word.
stimmt,
Good. Now, Dietmar, may I call
Yes,
you Dietmar?
Dietmar.
You play the bassoon,
Yes, I do.
which is a very great instrument. There are very
Yes, I also
many
play the
concertos.
contrabassoon.
You do. I'm told that you're youngest member. How old are you?
Well, I'm 27 actually.
Did your father play the bassoon?
No, I played it myself.
I
No,
see.
My father used to be a school teacher
Where did you have your training?
in Vienna. I
You are
studied
Viennese.
with Professor Oehlberger, who is the first
yes.
bassoonist of the Vienna
Yes.
Philharmonic.
Yes. What bassoon concerto do you like?
Well, I think the Mozart is the
The
nicest
Mozart.
of the
I've got a
Mozart
recording
B
of
major.
that.
Oh yes, have you? From
Yes.
by whom?
I think it's the Bamberg Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, I see.
It's,
Yes,
it's
yes.
on a
Well-
recording. I mustn't tell you, but it's
Yes.
a German recording.
Oh, right, it is. Well, then I'm
Yes,
glad.
but it's a very, very interesting one. And how long have you been with the orchestra now,
Well, I've
Dietmar?
been with the orchestra now the 5th year I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to the Johannesburg Symphony Orchestra before.
Were you?
Yes, and then
Because
I
Sir William
joined this
Walton
orchestra.
wrote an overture for Johannesburg, you remember?
Oh, I don't
yes,
know
the
that.
festival.
No, I don't know that. I'm sorry. No.
Ah.
I've never played
Well,
that
this is your
before.
first time in Hong Kong.
Yes.
And do you
I
like
think-
it?
I think it's marvelous, and really, it's a beautiful town, and I'm so thrilled. And I'm very sorry they're leaving tomorrow already.
Well, I hope you've done some good shopping.
Yes, I did.
Now, we have the president of the orchestra, a most distinguished figure, Herr Strasse.
Strasse is my name, yes.
Herr Otto Strasse.
Otto Strasse.
How long have you been the president now?
President only for 2 years.
Now-
But in the orchestra I'm for 37 years.
You are a
Since-
violinist, and a
Yes,
very eminent one, I know.
Yes, I'm the leader of the second violins
Yes.
in our orchestra, and also I'm player of in quartet.
And I'm quite certain you'll agree with me, it's the finest orchestra in the world, isn't it?
we hope.
Well,
There's
I'm-
always must be done, of course,
Yeah.
each concert. we must prove that we are the first orchestra.
Well, I'm certain there isn't a man, woman or child, either in the auditorium or listening tonight, who won't agree with me that if there are any better orchestras, they're yet to be formed.
Yes.
It's a tremendous occasion for us. Now, as president, what do you have to do, Herr Strasser?
We are an orchestra who does all by himself. We have all organizations and all things, but all that we must do is done by musicians.
I quite understand.
We are the president and our manager, all are members of the orchestra.
You have your little committee? Or
yes,
councils.
we have a little committee of 12 men who make all. We have a cashier, we have one who is for the music.
Yes.
I am the president, I am all representations, and the manager, Mr. Wobisch, has to do all.
So it's a little sort of domestic trade union.
Yes, yes. It is.
Keeping it in the family.
Yes, and it is very fine that we have only one, what is the meaning of Buchhalter, one man who makes all...
Decisions.
Yes,
yes,
and,
chairman,
but
yes.
all other things are made by musicians.
Yes, I see. Yes, and what do you feel about Hong Kong? I've asked everybody.
No, this is wonderful. I have seen very much towns in the world.
Yes.
Never one who is so very fine. This evening, one of the Hong Kong misses have to meet me along the island of
Yes.
Hong Kong. It was wonderful. It remains on our Alps in Austria.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, yes.
Now, that's lovely.
Like the Salzkammergut. The sea is clear, so clear.
And I think the harbour is a little more blue than the Danube, don't
yes,
you?
the Danube never has been blue, Savien.
No.
I think it would...
I'm told if you are in love, the Danube is blue.
Yes.
When I saw it, it was grey.
Yes, it's always grey. Yes. But it's a wonderful country. When we came with the plane here, it was the view from the
Yes.
plane was magnificent. And now when I've seen the whole island of Hong Kong, I was very enthusiastic by all this.
Well, have you brought a camera with you? I suppose you must
yes,
have cameras.
we have so much pictures made. I hope that it will be good when we come to Vienna.
Well, Herr Strasser, you are the president. You make the decisions. Now, I do hope that you will persuade Herr Von Karajan and your colleagues to come back to Hong Kong.
Yes,
because we shall...
we hope that we come back.
The evening-
But in December, not in October, for us it is too hot here.
Yeah. Now, listen, let me into a little secret. We have one or two works in the second half. Do you think it's possible that the orchestra will play some encores? Do you think they will?
Yes, it is possible.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be for want of applause, I assure you.
Perhaps it's a different program. We play first Richard Strauss, and there
Yes.
is a great difference. We came to Vienna music with Johann Strauss.
Yes.
And perhaps if there is necessary, we can play the Blue Danube.
Oh, well,
Yes.
it will be
Yes.
necessary.
I shall speak to Mr. Karajan, perhaps.
Would you say that if he could, I know that he's finding it a little hot out front,
Yes.
isn't he?
Yes.
You know, he's mopping his brow, that he is a very fine conductor, isn't he?
Yes, we like him most.
He's in the great tradition of
Yes.
Weingarten and Richter.
Yes, we had Weingartner, Furtwängler, Richard Strauss.
Yes.
We have played nearly with all
Gustav
conductors.
Mahler.
Gustav Mahler, but it is a little long way. It is
Yes.
50 years that he
Yes.
died now. Yes, Hans Richter, the old,
Yes.
and also, and was the greatest, Arthur Nikisch and also Arturo Toscanini.
Yes.
He has been for 5 years in Austria.
Yes.
4 years, from 33 to 37 he has been in Salzburg,
Yes.
the festival and the Philharmonic concerts in Vienna.
Now, who over here? Somebody else, I think, wants to
Now it's
speak.
a contrabass player.
Ah,
and
contrabass.
Also a member of our organization.
Oh, good. Thank you, Herr Strasser. Auf Wiedersehen. Now, what is your name?
My name is Planyavsky.
And you are contrabass, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now, can you explain what a contrabass is for our listeners?
In English?
Yes.
Oh, I will try. I never have spoken so much in English.
Yes, well, it'll good. It's good for you.
Contrabass is in English double bass.
Yes, I know.
That means it's the lowest instrument in the orchestra,
Yes.
and the deepest also from the string section.
Yes. I see. And what works do you like best of all that give you the best sort of opportunity to show your skill as a virtuoso?
Well, mostly things our orchestra is playing.
Yes.
That means classics.
Yes.
But also in jazz, the bass has a
You
very...
like jazz, do
no,
you?
I don't play jazz, but Sorry.
Do any of the members of the orchestra occasionally play modern works in jazz?
I don't think so. No, I think we don't have time.
No, but some of your modern works, like parts of Hindemith, for instance, and Boris Blacher, are very much syncopated, aren't they? And they're Indian.
Yeah, those pieces were mixed with jazz and symphonic
yes, exactly.
music. In this case, we naturally play jazz.
Are you Viennese yourself?
I am Viennese, yes.
And your age?
I'm 35.
35. And how long have you been with the orchestra?
Since 5 years.
Yeah. Do you play at Salzburg at the festival?
Yes, every year. I'm in Salzburg every year.
What about Bayreuth? Have you played at Bayreuth?
Yes, I have been playing in Bayreuth with the Vienna Symphonic Orchestra.
Oh, yes.
But
yes.
Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra is never playing in Bayreuth.
No.
We have been once in 1950
yes.
to reopen the Bayreuth Festspiel.
This is your first visit to Hong Kong, is it?
Yes, that is my first visit.
Yes. What have you liked so far about Hong Kong? What's the one thing that you
everything
remember?
is so very much interesting and so strange to us.
Yes.
And we feel we are in a very different continent, and
right.
so we are very expressed. And impressed
yes.
Of this.
You think it's
very interesting.
You think it's really exotic and all the magic of the East and whatnot. Yes.
Very, very beautiful.
Well, we're very happy to see you. I see all your colleagues are now getting their instruments, so I must say goodbye to you.
Goodbye.
Good luck, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye. Having talked to a few members of the orchestra, it's getting time now for the interval to end. And we come on to the second half of the program, which is devoted to Viennese music by Strauss. Not only by the Strauss which springs to mind straight away, Johann Strauss the Younger, but first of all by Richard Strauss. Now, Richard Strauss, who died a few years ago, was a great composer who started in the sort of Wagner tradition and who will be remembered for centuries for his tone poems and his operas. We're to hear in a few minutes Till Eulenspiegel's Lustige Streicher, Opus 28 by Richard Strauss. That means in English, Till Owlglass's Merry Pranks. First performed in Cologne in 1895, this high-spirited symphonic poem in rondo form, it's based on a German legend of a 14th century roisterer and a practical joker who ended on the scaffold after a hectic lifetime of escapades and swashbuckling adventures. Till Owlglass cocks a snook at the conventional world, and Richard Strauss captures all the wit and colour of the heroic rogue in this well-loved work. It's possibly, I would say, the best known of the many tone poems by Richard Strauss, and it is full of bubbling humour, of macabre effects, and, as I say, roistering gaiety. The theme of Till, the sort of leitmotif, is quickly on the scene in the opening notes, and at the end of his adventures, when he's on the scaffold, in the epilogue, there's a return to the theme in a more tender fashion, as if to say that Till was a rogue, but a lovable rogue after all. And just as in Stravinsky's Petrushka, you feel that the character has a soul, so in Till Eulenspiegel, you feel the same thing. You feel that death is just another adventure for him, and that nothing can stop his unquenchable gaiety and his spirit. He's a sort of Errol Flynn of the Middle Ages, irrepressible, completely lovable in every respect. Now the orchestra is tuning up again, and afterwards, as I say, we're to hear some music by the younger Johann Strauss, which we'll come on to later. I hope you noticed when I was talking to members of the orchestra that I asked them if there would be a chance for encores, and of course that is up to Herbert Von Karajan, but I think there is a good chance that there will be some encores, and I would like to bet that we shall hear some more Johann Strauss, because the Danube will certainly be coming to the Lee Theatre this evening, and we don't want it to flow past us too quickly. So let's live in hopes. It was interesting to get a few reactions from my colleagues in the audience. There are several young people here tonight, and they are enjoying it just as much as their elders and not necessarily betters. It's a very much a cosmopolitan audience tonight, and I think that I can just see in the wings now Frau von Karajan, who is just stepping along with her husband, the eminent conductor. She is just stepping here. She is very beautiful. Frau von Karajan, will you just say good evening to the listeners? She won't.
Good evening.
Thank you, Frau von Karajan.